My name is Kunal Dalal. I am an administrator of artificial intelligence at Orange County Department of Education. And a brief outline of some of the work we do. We started our work with 100 conversations in 100 days around AI in Orange County, a listening session where we didn't suggest anything, we didn't try to get anybody to use AI, we didn't try to do any of that, we just listened. We just asked the question, what was your first experience with generative AI? What do you feel like are some of the ways in which it helps and some of the ways in which maybe it doesn't? And we listened. We started hearing students, and we met a student who revolutionized his entire world of literacy and creativity and imagination using ChatGPT for a year. So we spoke to him, and he created a model for us that we now call the K12 model based on him, that we have sent out to 5 districts here in Orange County and grade levels from all the way from high school down to elementary school.
My name is Wes Kriesel. I'm AI Administrator at Orange County Department of Education, and I am happy to share with you that we are creating networks of people to connect on these issues. So we have a student network, we have a classified staff or a office professional network, we're building a parent network, we have a superintendent's network, we have an ed tech leaders network. All of these groups work on the power of the people that we support, and so we love getting them together. The student network led to a student summit.
We are about to do an AI student summit, which is actually tomorrow. At the time of recording, it would have already happened by the time you watch this. And in that summit, it came from a space where students were wondering why student voice isn't more central to the conversation around AI and public education. They felt like there was a lot of adults talking around them, and they weren't asking the students what they thought. And so this is a reaction to that. Students are leading the keynote addresses, students are leading the breakout sessions, and it's fully student run. And then we also have created deep networks here in Orange County, resurrected a EdTech directors network. Those directors come together once a month, about 30 or so of them. Wes and I provide the space for them to meet, discuss practice, discuss issues that are coming up in their own districts, share some of the wins that they've had in their districts so other folks can learn from one another. And we've heard multiple times from the folks in that meeting that it is their favorite part of the entire month is showing up to that meeting.
The classified network is leading us to have a more AI empowered offices. Our parent network is going to revolutionize how our children really see AI for the first time and up close and personal with their families. And our superintendents are leading the way, so thank you to Dr. Ramon Miramontes and Dr. Sonia Llamas for setting the vision for that even before Kunal and I arrived. And we are also having World Language and AI Summit next month, and so we're having a teacher network that's forming. And so I always say the need is a network. People just need permission that it's okay to explore these things. We're smart people, we can figure it out, and so we just need to keep connecting people and empowering them.
And then we have the ways in which we set all of our information out using, we've got podcasts, we've got a blog. Our latest podcast, we had ChatGPT roast us, and it's actually quite funny. You should probably check it out. And then finally, we're actually revolutionizing or trying to make an AI-empowered Orange County Department of Education. So the actual Office of Education, sure, it's a space that supports districts, but it is also made up of 1,200 employees. And often when you think of a county office, you're not thinking about the flag bearer of progressive technology, but we want to change that. And so we're making the entirety of Orange County Department of Education AI-empowered. And that's going to percolate through to all the districts and hopefully all the schools as well. I think we're going to end by really leaning into what our mindset is when we're doing this work. I think oftentimes we're talking about this moment in AI. We as educators and we working in education, we have this opportunity to completely transform education. And that, to a lot of people, sounds grandiose, but in fact, to us, it actually sounds low. I feel like that's a low bar. I don't think that we should sell ourselves short by saying we're here to transform education. I think we're in a moment where we're transforming society. When we talk about revolutionizing schools, I think that isn't actually the big goal. The big goal is revolutionizing society. Yeah. And education happens to be one of the, if not the most important cornerstone in building that transformation. And so we as educators are at the ground level of transforming society.
And so that's it. OrangeJuice.ai is where you find all those interviews and resources, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Hello, everyone. I'm Marty Sharp, Chief Technology Officer at Catawba County Schools. Today, I'm excited to give you a quick overview of our district's new journey with generative AI. Join me as we explore how this technology is beginning to transform our teaching and learning, empowering our educators and students. Let's begin with a quick snapshot of who we are. Nestled in rural North Carolina, our district spans 28 schools, supports around 16,000 students, and employs 1,100 dedicated teachers. As we strive to engage, inspire, and empower through our educational mission, it's exciting to see how these values come to life in innovative practices. It is this commitment to innovation that helps set the stage for an early exploration of Gen AI by our forward-thinking educators. We had several teachers experimenting with Gen AI tools long before our official district-wide launch this past January. Driven by a desire to enhance teaching and learning, these educators were incorporating these tools into their classrooms well over a year. The momentum from these early adopters culminated on January 3rd, 2024, in 2 PD sessions on the first of 3 optional teacher workdays after a long 2-week winter break. It was then we officially kicked off our AI journey, and the response was incredible. The professional development sessions were completely packed with engaged educators. Oh, and did I mention that this was the first optional teacher workday out of 3 workdays after a long winter break? In my 25 years of education, I had never seen this type of response. This enthusiasm showcases our staff's commitment to embracing new technologies they feel can transform education. Since that official kickoff, several other PDs have taken place. We have seen the use of educational-focused Gen AI tools increase dramatically within our district. In fact, just this week we began analyzing digital tool use within our district, and we found that over 75% of teachers were using Gen AI tools such as Magic School, School AI, DFID, and several others. We have also heard from many teachers that these tools have helped them spend less time on routine tasks such as finding resources and lesson planning. They have said it has allowed more time to focus on their student needs. This aligns with our vision of how Gen AI can help our district increase our teacher efficacy, efficiency, and effectiveness. Recognizing these benefits has further fueled our commitment to adopting Gen AI in a thoughtful and structured manner. To ensure these tools continue to enhance our educational environment without compromising our values, we have developed our district's Gen AI recommendations, which can be found at www.catawbaschools.net/Gen AI. Our recommendations for the use of Gen AI are based on 5 key tenets: ethical use and academic integrity, data privacy and security, bias and accuracy, expanded digital citizenship, and humans in the loop. These tenets will also be the cornerstones of our approach to teaching AI literacy to our staff and students. Plans are to begin Gen AI literacy courses for all staff and high school students in the 2024-2025 school year, alongside Gen AI use. In the second year, the project broadens its reach by updating the Intro to Gen AI courses and extended AI literacy efforts to elementary and middle school students through curriculum development and deployment. As we advance on our journey with Gen AI, Catawba County Schools remain steadfast in our commitment to integrating these technologies to enhance our educational mission and uphold the principles of digital citizenship and AI literacy.
Hi there, my name is Greg Azanian. I'm the Chief Strategy and Innovation Officer for the Arcadia Unified School District. It's hard for me to believe that it's actually been 4 years now since I was standing in this very spot sharing our vision for AI in Arcadia Unified. In fact, at that point, we had just created an AI chatbot, which was available to our teachers to ask questions. At that time, we were training our AI on just questions and answers, and it didn't go much beyond that because the technology wouldn't have allowed us to do that. Since then, the world of AI has changed. Generative AI is almost everywhere now. ChatGPT came out and really changed the way people think about AI. So since then, we've been able to integrate generative AI inside our AUSD AI chatbot, and that's the service we're making available to our teachers. Currently, it allows teachers to ask our AI bot anything that you could ask ChatGPT or some of those other public services. However, our chatbot has been trained on AUSD specific information. So what does that mean? Let's say, for example, I'm a maintenance worker at an elementary school site and a water main breaks. Usually I'd have to find an emergency binder and find that information. If I need to turn off the water, I can ask our AI bot and go straight there and turn it off. Let's say I'm a teacher with a student who's really struggling with certain types of math. I can ask the AI chatbot, what is it that has helped other students in this district with the same struggles? And our AI bot can share that information. We envision a world in Arcadia Unified, and in fact in other schools and districts, that allow anyone on our campus, staff, students, teachers, any type of information specific to our district and get immediate feedback. We've been using feedback from our teachers, from our staff, from our students to answer those questions and to train our bot. Now you may wonder why we have our values behind us. Collaborate, think critically, be creative, offer empathy, and learn from failure. When we started looking at upgrading our chatbot using the most powerful technology, we realized that it needed to be safe, that it needed to keep in mind the same values that we have. So one of the core programming pieces of our AI chatbot are our district values. In fact, every piece of training that we do on this piece of technology is based on that. So we're very excited to continue to grow this technology. We've used sample sets of data with anonymized student data, no private information. We're finding out what it looks like to be able to access even our assessment data to make better instructional decisions through this bot. So we're very excited to continue with this project and to use AI to better inform and support all of our staff, students, and teachers. Thank you.
Okay, when you ask adults about artificial intelligence, they'll likely want to talk about its profitability and promise and its risks, of course. But what about when we talk about it with kids? They're going to be actually living with all this technology. And today, many of them came to Silicon Valley to learn about and get to know AI. Our business and tech reporter, Scott Budman, went along to the South Bay gathering to celebrate AI Literacy Day. And it's interesting because we can chat about it, but really it's our kids that'll be living with it full time soon enough.
100%, Raj. We could all use some literacy when it comes to AI. That's right, but we need to look to the future. Today, about 1,000 Bay Area students came through the Tech Interactive downtown San Jose, where they got some hands-on experience. One of these photos is real, one created by AI. One of many lessons kids are learning.
I learned like a million things. It was really fun and interesting.
On the first National AI Literacy Day, a way to give young people an introduction to what's likely to be a huge part of their futures.
We have a responsibility to make sure that our young people have access, and one, just do they understand what AI is, how it shows up in their lives. That's also true for their families and their teachers.
Yeah, it's exciting, and it's also, there's a cautionary tale to it. You want to make sure that people are understanding the pitfalls and the dangers of a lot of it. With technology advancing so quickly, it can be hard to keep up with.
From their future phones to their future jobs, AI is likely to be there, and organizers want the next generation to be prepared.
It's teaching about the skills, but also the policies that we need to put in place, the safeguards, and all of the opportunities, but also the unintended consequences we also have to be on the lookout for.
And interested.
About robots and how they work, and it's super cool.
You like science?
Yeah,
And technology?
yeah,
Think you might do it as a job someday?
yeah.
There you go, AI's future. And Raj, many of the groups participating in today's event are moving things forward, saying they're putting out literature and, of course, apps and all that stuff to help young people figure out what's real on their screens and what is machine generated.
Serious question here. There actually should be an adult AI literacy thing like this because I have questions I ask you most of the time.
Yeah, I know. This is something I talk about with a lot of people every day. We're heading into an election year. We all need literacy to realize and try to figure out what's real and what's fake, and good for them for trying to get the next generation on board.